Okay, hey, how y'all doing, YouTube fam? Listen, first of all, let me apologize because I know for a fact that I promised that I would give y'all a year in review during my break of service, but I'm not gonna lie to you, life happens. I had to go through so much of getting my car together, or my cars, but I'm finally here to give you my year in review for the USPS as being a CCA. Let me start by saying I know I promised one of my YouTubers subscribers, I promised that I would give him some in-depth into like the casing process, and I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really been doing too much of the casing because they usually have me come in. I will come in early with like the rest of the co-workers, and they will go to the case and start casing, and I will wind up taking mail out from the previous night that wasn't able to be delivered. So I asked my supervisor to bring me in the case, you know, so I can give y'all a complete, concrete answer of how everything goes at the USPS. Again, I work at the DDA, which is the DDA delivery, downtown delivery annex in Baltimore. I've been there for a year. Like I said, I tried to give it to y'all earlier, but I didn't want to like give y'all pretty much. I didn't want to give y'all unconscious answers to life of a postal worker. As much as everybody says, believe the hype when everybody say the job itself is demanding, is one of the most demanding jobs I've ever had. And I've had a lot of jobs. It's a job that I mentally quit twice, 6 days out the week. And even though they promise you one day off a week, sometimes that might not happen. The biggest takeaway from this job, I could say, you do feel like you do make a difference when you're at work, but at the same time, you do get burnt out quickly. So the best thing I can tell you to do is pretty much pace yourself. See, I got casing on my mind, so excuse me about that. But the biggest thing is that you want to make sure you do is make sure that you pace yourself. We in the summer months now. It's getting very, very, very hot. So drink your water. I'm gonna give you a little tidbit of what I do. I previously start drinking the previous night before I go into work. That way I'm pretty hydrated. And given I sweat a lot, so when I sweat, people are like, oh my God, you're sweating all over your shirt and blasey, blasey, blasey. And I say, listen, you know, how can I put it? It's best to go in hydrated, knowing that you're gonna sweat. You're 9 out of 10 probably will sweat it back out. So let's go into this year in review. First things first. The job itself is a good job. It's not for everybody, but what I can give you the tidbits on what is great, the pros and the cons of it. The pros is you can make a lot of money. There's a lot of overtime with packages and mail and just anything in the post office. You definitely can make your money. But you gotta ask yourself, is the money worth the labor? That's where I'm at now. That's the, what can I gonna put it? That's the conundrum that I go through every day, where I see it and I mean, I'm making good money, but you'll feel that you made every penny that you made. Do I see myself doing this long term? Honestly don't. because I'm gonna put it to you like this: CCAs get pretty much dragged through the ringer. Let me give you a disclaimer first. First and foremost, the job, this is from my perspective. Everybody's different. You know, everybody's tolerance level is different. I can put it to you like this. So I'm gonna just give you my point, my POV. My POV, I cannot see myself doing this long term. But it is a good job. Let's get it down. It's a good job. It's a good job as in it's stable. You will make a stable living. You will be able to live on what you need. You will be able to get anything you need. Money will not be a problem. But the thing about it, your body will make a toll. Your body will take a toll. I fell out of a truck just because I was trying to make the quarter into like getting all my work done. So I had to help somebody and I had to be up the street by 8 o'clock. So by me feeling like I was rushed, I fell out of the truck, out of my 2-ton. I tell you this, that the post office is definitely heavily micromanaged. If you're not good with people micromanaging you, this is not the job for you. But if you go in there with the mentality of doing the best that you can do each and every day, knowing at the end of the day when you clock out that you gave the job your all, then it will be very much rewarding. So I'm gonna tell you how my life goes. I clock in. The casing is pretty simple. At first, when I first did it, I was overwhelmed because I didn't know what goes what, the magazine, the residuals, the flats, and blase. I didn't know how the mail got sorted. All I know is when I came in at 11 o'clock, I used to just grab my mail and go. But now since I cased, thank you y'all for like giving me the heads up to like actually push myself forward so I can try to give y'all a more clear view of what goes on. So my day starts in like, you know, I talk to everybody, clock in at 8 o'clock, clock in 8 o'clock, you know, go to my case, turn the lights on, you know, make sure I look at the stuff that's at the case table from the previous night for the times that I have to bump up, because I don't do a whole route because they had me do collections and I do so much other stuff for the post office because I'm a CCA. So when you're a CCA, get into the understanding that you will bounce around, but just do the best you can. That's all I can tell you. So after I sort through my mail for like, you know, the business clothes stuff, the packages that was scanned, business clothes, you know, I pretty much sit there in the tote for itself. By itself. Well, I sit them in I start sorting pretty much. So say like a business was closed right at let's use 123 Main Street. I sit there in a tote by itself because I know when I'm going through my mail to sort, 9 out of 10, the packages and the mail that's coming in, I might have 123 Main Street again. So that's already in its own tub. So that makes it simpler for when you do the packaging. So what I have to do to start my casing, what I do is I go get the I go to the hot case, grab whatever mail I gotta get out of there. Everything is pretty much in like boxes and like it's pretty much sorted in a file. So when you go in there, you get the route that you're gonna take, you go in there, you grab your flats, you go grab your hot cases, which is your mail, some of your mail, and you pretty much, you know, go into your case. You know, the cases start from the bottom left, work its way around to the right, and then that last one on the right, it goes back to the left on the second tier. So it's pretty much you working like this, up, go around, up, around, up. So your third, so if you're on your third rack, the mail that goes after that third rack will be in the beginning of the fourth rack to your left. Everything is going to the left. So after I sort my hot case and my flats, the DPS comes out and you grab your DPS. So your hot cases and your flats will be in like different orders. So you put it in like the right category that it's supposed to be in, the right assortment. The DPS pretty much is in order. So like I said, it starts at your bottom left and work your way around. Your DPS actually flows the way the casing is supposed to be. So what I was told by a couple veterans was to see if I could find my DPS in first, because that would give me familiar with, you know, how the route is ran. But given the shortcut is that when I used to come in at 11 o'clock, I did the route a couple times. So I physically know how the route is walking. So I kind of felt that that was beneficial to myself. So every relay pretty much is you go up one block, curve around, and come down the next block. Now you might have some streets in the middle. So say instead of it like you go on the odd side, then you wrap around, do the even side, but you might have some streets in the middle. So you do the even side, you do the odd side, you cut down until like your dead end, wrap back around, go back to your odd side, then cross the street and go back to like the opposite side of the dead end. So the dead end is the 500 block, your 400 block might be in it. So you'll do your odd, come across the street, start your even, do the 400 block, wrap back around, and then go back to your even till you be at like whatever block you in. So let's say like you're at 1,000. So let's say the bottom part is 1,001, and on the opposite side is 1,000. And you got your 5 and your 400 block in between. So sometimes it's called a parking loop, where you pretty much park on the corner, get out, run your mail, and pretty much you looping yourself back to your truck. What I've done is that when I'm casing, because I asked for the heaviest route so I can try like one of the worst routes in my station, so I can try to get the grabs of it and try to help y'all out. So what I do is pretty much, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a big person. I tell people, y'all, I'm not good at tedious things. So I set my tubs, after I get all my DPS and everything filed in, and the packages, the route I have has a lot of packages. I put tubs everywhere, like in my casing area. And I'll be like, okay, all this is the 900 block. All this is the 1000 block. All this 1100 block, 1200 block, so forth and so forth. I pretty much throws it all in there together. So when I get to my truck, when I'm actually on the road, that's when I might split the packages up to where one tub be like, okay, I got the 1200 block of XYZ Street. I'll be like, okay. So I separate my packages, and it might be a little tedious, but listen, this is just a strategy. You don't have to take it. What I do, because the streets I have are long streets, and the streets get a lot of packages. When I get to my truck, I pretty much sort everything by the block, put them in my truck, and then when I get out there, do my mail. I do my mail, do my parking loop, bang, bang, bang. The packages I can fit, I put in my satchel with my mail. So wherever I park my truck at, I try to take the packages to the higher end of the block. So if I park at, like, let's say 1000 XYZ Street, I try to take 1020 XYZ Street. I try to take the packages that I know I gotta walk farther from the truck with me if I'm starting on the even side. That way that'd be one less little quadrant I have to walk back to do the packages. So I do my mail, and then when I get to the houses that's far away from the truck, I can drop the packages off. Some packages can't fit in the satchel, that's fine. But what I was getting back to is I split my packages from odds to even. So I pretty much, when I come to the truck, after I do my mail, I'm like, okay, back. This is the rest of my even. I grab my even, run out the truck, bang, 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 deliver them, come back, grab my odd side, bang, 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 deliver them, come back, pull into my next block. It's a part you leave. But like I said, hey man, I try to get as much flats packages in with my satchel as I possibly can. If they're small flats, I'll put them in with my DPS. I put them in with my casing because it just make the situation simple. But that's pretty much it for casing. So pretty much you get your Hotmail, you get your flats, you grab your DPS, you file everything in. You know, you put your bundles in. You put your bundles in the order in which it's going to be ran when you're on the street. You grab your packages, you sort through your packages, and then you're on the street. My biggest takeaway is that the learning curve is really, really hard. I come from a background of BG&E, which stands for Baltimore Gas and Electric. I've never delivered mail before. So, with that being said, the learning curve was really, really hard. But the person that trained me in my OJR always made a conscious decision to make me understand you only can do what you can do. No matter how hard the supervisors get on you, because they will get on you, that you definitely take care of yourself, because nobody's going to take care of you better than you, and you just do the best job you can. Now, my biggest problem coming from BG&E, and I'm a former athlete, is that I'm a perfectionist. And being with a post office, mistakes happen. You're not gonna not make mistakes, but at the same token, you cannot be a perfectionist, because you will burn yourself out. You will move slow. It's best to just, like I said, when I see the older male people, they walk on your block, you know, they all humming, blah, 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 bang, 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 bang. They move so effortlessly because they perfected their craft over the years. Coming into the CCA or any type of indoor, any type of new requirement to the post office, you're not going to make it. You're not going to be able to move as fast as somebody as they've been doing it for years. Like they always say, repetition is the mother of skill, and that's the truth. So if you have a casing, definitely make sure that you try to, if you can, try to make sure you're casing at the same location more than once a week. That way you can shortcut. I can do like the no look pass real quick. Like, okay, I look at the mirror. Okay, that goes right there, and I ain't even got to turn my face to throw that sucker. And I'm like, wow, like yo, that's really right. But don't be discouraged if you do make mistakes. When you first start the case, you might put something in like the wrong location. Hey, shit happens. Bring it back, deliver it the next day. The biggest thing you want to worry about mistake-wise is packages. Make sure your packages is in the right location. And that's the biggest The post office will tell you they make majority of their money on packages. They say they make money on avos. So pretty much think of it like this. The majority of the money coming in the post office will be coming from packages. You get avos on Tuesdays through Thursdays. Mail's been light with the whole COVID-19 situation going on. But my takeaway is you can get everything money can buy. You can achieve it with this job. You might not have a social life. I have a 13-year-old daughter and I have 2 disabled parents. And when I come in, I'm dead tired. Like, I just want to take a shower, eat dinner, and then it's bedtime. But it's okay. But the thing about it is really think about what your priorities is. Because the post office is very unforgiving with life. They look at it like, this is a task at hand. This is what you signed up for. this is your priority. Your priority, that the job prioritizes it pretty much trumps everything in your life. So everything in your life has to move second fiddle to being a post office person. I'm not trying to make this video too long, but what I'll say is that I meet some great customers. Sit back, talk to people. Well, I try to talk, even though I am crunched for time, I do sit back and, have nice little conversations with people. My key things is if somebody offers you water or these hot days, take it. Because it's hot as shit outside, excuse my language. It's really hot, but definitely make sure it's the product hasn't been opened. I had a guy like, yeah, you want? I got some salt in here. It's a 2 liter. You want a cup? I'm like, yeah. I wanted it, but I was like, nah. And I'm like, it's not because you opened it. I just gave him the rebuttal of, it's a sugary snack. It's sugary. It's hot outside. We try to stay away from caffeine. We just try to keep water, because if you believe it or not, by me being an athlete, is a difference between a sugary sweat and a watery sweat. A watery sweat is more crisp, and you want that crisp. You want that crisp, light atmosphere when you're running mail. But definitely, my takeaways is definitely hydrate at night. Do the best you can. Understand that we're not Superman, even though we try. Don't take anything that the people in the post office say to you personally. The job isn't for everybody, but it is a way of making a good living. But understand that the learning curve is a bitch. And how can I put it? If you're doing it for money, have yourself an exit date. Always try to go in with a job with an exit date. Because my thing is, when people get tedious jobs and they get frustrated and complain about, yeah, I'm not growing at my job and blase. But I signed up for the post office. I told the people during the interview, I said, I'll give y'all 5 years tops, because my dream is entrepreneurship. My dream is to open up my own gym. So this job is a catalyst. It doesn't take rocket science to deliver mail. And it's not me trying to knock on anybody whose dream is to deliver mail. It's just not my dream. My dream is to open up my own gym. My dream is to work for myself. This postal job is the catalyst to get me to my next level. The money is awesome. Don't get it twisted. But you will be pushed to your limit. Do not overlook that. But if you have your eyes set on a prize, this job is perfect for you. You are free to make 6 figures in 1 calendar year if you stay focused and do not let the job defeat you, and do not let the people around you in your life come between you and your goal. Now, with that being said, if you have any questions, this video was kind of long, and I apologize, but I wanted to make sure I hit I wanted to check every box for my YouTube subscribers. So if you have any questions, concerns, anything about, the turnover rate and the pay scale and anything like that, feel free to leave a comment below. If you want to subscribe to my channel. I don't know how long I'm gonna be here for, because I'm close to getting to my goal money-wise, to starting my own gym. But the coronavirus is pretty much everything is pretty much at a freeze. And to be honest with you, this is the best job to have during this time, because the world pretty much slowed down and stopped. So if you can like get in there and like gamble, and then you not gamble, but you know, grind hard and get all your money, oh my God, you will have such a big leverage when the world start opening back up, and everything that opens back up, everything try to come back to normal. Because honestly, I don't think we ever going to be back to how we was before. But if you like what I said, you know, you got any questions, comments, definitely leave it below. Don't be a hater, and like and subscribe to this channel. Share this to anybody that you know that's thinking about becoming a CCA at the United States Postal Service. It's a blessing in disguise. This is a love job. It's a love and hate job. Oh, trust and believe me, it's a love and hate job. But I'll talk to y'all later. And oh yeah, let me tell you, I'm starting a new channel. It's a channel that I call Icy Soul Galore. Is where I burn shit. You know, that's a part of my my beliefs therapy. So if you want to like watch me burn random shit, definitely check out my other channel when I start uploading. Alright, anyway, stay safe, peace, and prosper. Love y'all.